Hello, this is Rabbi Stein. I'm coming to you from the campus of Stanford University in Palo Alto, California. You can see the palm trees there. Stanford is famous for them. I think it costs a lot of money to import them and plant them here, though. I grew up here, just down the street, maybe a 3 or 4 kilometer bike ride away. And I'm visiting my family. My parents still live here in the house I grew up in. Tamara and I and the kids are here, also trying to get some good work done on High Holy Day prep. And here I am at a different part of Stanford University campus, a Stanford Shopping Center over there behind you, and Stanford Medical Center over here. I have my camera here, my real camera. The lens cap is on. Turns out the battery was dead, but the iPhone saves the day. I grew up nearby here, as I mentioned. I have many friends who went to Stanford. I have many friends who work here, including at this major medical center and children's hospital they have. We even have members of BI and the Vancouver Jewish community who work here now or have worked here just recently. I can think of 3 just off the top of my head. And when I listen to, there's this radio station, this network, National Public Radio, sort of like CBC. You've probably heard of it in the US, lots of different stations and podcasts. And they're always advertising, the past 6 months or a year or so, they're advertising nationally for the Lucille Packard Children's Hospital, that one right behind me there. And I keep thinking, well, that's nice that they have this new children's hospital, and I'm glad they built it, but we have this wonderful children's hospital right in Vancouver, the one that they just finished building just across the street from our shul, from BI. Now, it's no coincidence. It turns out I spoke with someone, the same company built both of them, so they probably both have some similar amazing features. I went on a tour of the Teague Acute Center at BC Children's right before it opened. It was just amazing. The hundreds, 200-something individual rooms for children, an area for the parents to sleep, and a sibling to play, and a bathroom. I think 50-something neonatal ICU, NICU rooms. Each are individual per family, and they're in pairs, so a nurse can sit in between them and look at both of them. And that compares to the old hospital where they had 5 rooms with 12 premature or struggling babies in each room. So I'm thinking about all of this because of something in our Torah portion this week. It's in chapter 7 of Deuteronomy, verse 15, parashat Eikev, and it says, I wrote it down for myself, V'heisir Adonai mimacha kol choli v'chol madvei Mitzrayim hara'im asher yadata. So God will remove from you all sickness, and will not bring upon you any of the dreadful diseases of Egypt, about which you know, asher yadata, but will inflict them upon your enemies, those people who hate you. So it's a complicated verse. It wasn't easy for me to just read it and then move on a few days ago when I encountered it. First, God's going to remove all illness, which is lovely, that's great, wonderful, but then the dreadful or evil illnesses of Egypt that we know about because we were slaves there, he's going to place, well, not on us, which is nice, but upon other people, upon our enemies. I'll wait for that bus to go by. Sorry, it's a big truck. So, I don't know, it's nice that we don't have those diseases according to the Torah, but to be placed upon our enemies, they're really terrible illnesses. And don't we say about illnesses, an awful disease, or even a terrible cold, I wouldn't wish this upon my worst enemy? So I'm thinking about that phrase, that saying, but these are nasty diseases the Torah is describing. One commentator, Gunther Plaut, who was a rabbi in Toronto for many years, he writes that this verse is probably referencing dysentery and ophthalmia, I don't know what that is, and elephantiasis. And that last one was called by the Roman historian Pliny that particular Egyptian disease. Now the JPS Torah commentary, the one that shows up often in our Etz Chaim Chumash, in our shul, it says it might just be referring to the diseases, the plague, so a couple of the plagues of the 10 plagues, but it's probably referring to these terrible things that I just mentioned. But I think maybe instead of concentrating on these diseases being placed upon our enemies, upon other people, we could concentrate on curing these diseases, on preventing them on curing them from those who have them, adults and especially children. And that's why I think it's particularly meaningful that in our prayers, and we pray for the sick on Shabbat morning, on twice a week on weekday mornings, Monday and Thursday morning at our minyan, we have the prayer for the sick, and there's an extra phrase in there that we've been adding recently because it's in our prayer, but I like to say it even at the hospital with someone, V'chazek et yedei ha'oskim b'tzorcheihem. So it's not just asking God to heal someone, but it says those words in Hebrew, and strengthen the hands of those who busy themselves with their needs, with the needs of the sick. So strengthen the hands of the orderlies, the staff, the doctors, the nurses, the physician assistants, the nurse practitioners, and those who visit the sick, the carers, the family, and the friends as well. And I think that's a really, really important thing, to really concentrate on that divine partnership that we have, and that really holy work that we do. And we not just visit people, but really get intensely involved in their care. So I hope that can be a blessing for us this week, that we feel the strengthening from the prayers around us as we're helping those in our community who are ill, and that those who are in need of that healing feel that from all of their community. Shabbat Shalom.